Hello everyone, welcome to our newest edition of the CESI Talks. My name is Mateusz Vandrzejewski. I am the CESI Youth Representative, which is the youth organization of CESI, of our European Trade Union Confederation. And with me today is Jan Wilker from StartNet, which is an organization that tries to build bridges and a smooth transition for young people from education to work. And StartNet belongs to the Goethe Institute. And I know Jan already for many years. He's youth expert because he was working already before in the European Youth Forum, and now he's bringing all his knowledge about youth policies to the StartNet. So I'm very happy that Jan is today with me here. Welcome, Jan. This little interview today here is belonging to our WEP project, We European Parliament, which is trying to bring closer the work of different European stakeholders, institutions, organizations to our members, to workers, and we want to speak about all the different target groups that we're having, and today we will focus more on young people, on our young members. And let's go straight ahead to the interview with Jan already. Jan, what do you think? How difficult it is for young European to start their career, and what was the impact of the pandemic in this regard?
Yeah, Mateusz, I think it's rather difficult, or to say extremely difficult at the moment, especially with the COVID-19 pandemic. Again, crises show that they affect young people in particular. OECD, Eurofound, a lot of studies confirm that young people work a lot in sectors that are very affected, the service sector, tourism, etc. So they're hit the hardest. And at the same time, they're often in very precarious jobs, so there's less protection of their jobs. And so they are the first to be fired and the last to be hired. So it's a difficult situation, in particular at the moment. And difficult situation also in specific areas and countries in Europe, especially in Southern Europe, around the Mediterranean. Already before, youth unemployment was very high, above 40% in certain regions. And then those regions have been hit again, particularly hard by the pandemic, by the breakdown of the tourism sector. So it's extremely difficult, especially for some young people. At the same time, I mean, there are opportunities out there, and we have a dynamic labor market, plenty of options, opportunities, but it is also tough. There's plenty of competition, and young people often are not well prepared to make this transition to the labor market. They lack the information, the guidance. What am I good at? Where can I go? Where is the future, and how can I contribute to it? So also with the StartNet project at the Goethe Institute, we really try to empower and prepare young people for this smooth transition, equipping them with the skills they need, the information, and the first practical experience. So yeah, to sum up, I would really say it's difficult to start a career, in particular at times of crisis, and more needs to be done to help young people to enter the labor market, because we also need these young people in the labor market, their talents, their skills. That's actually what drives our societies, our economies forward. So we shouldn't be waiting.
I agree. I mean, this is the observation that we're also having, that again, after this crisis, after this pandemic, we as young people are the most vulnerable group, and we are the most hit by this crisis, and we will have the hardest outcomes, and it's a lot of young people are suffering from that. And you mentioned it already, young people don't feel very well prepared for the labor market, for this dynamic labor market that is changing so dramatically fast, also in the last 18 months especially. So what do you think, what could the European Union do better to support young workers to find a working place, to integrate them into the labor market, and also maybe not to let them drop out of the labor market?
Yeah, I think the first challenge is to get young people into the jobs. And then the question is, what kind of jobs are those? What is the quality of those jobs? Is it an unpaid internship, or is it a solid long-term contract with sufficient social protection? Can the young people keep learning, growing inside these jobs? I think those are very important questions. And so I think, it's important to ensure the quality of those jobs, sufficient social protection, learning experiences, lifelong learning actually on the job. I also think that young workers can contribute a lot to the company, to whatever sector they are working in. They bring a lot of new knowledge, perspectives. So it's important to empower them to really make use of their skills and drive the innovation forward. As you mentioned, the labor market is continuously changing. So we also have to prepare the young workers for this continuous change. There will be more and more transitions to come. They will change jobs and tasks multiple times during their career. So it's important to prepare them rightly so that they have the correct expectations and mindset. So really important, the quality of the jobs, continuous training, but also participation and empowerment of young people for this continuous change.
Couldn't agree more. It's absolutely right. We need active participation and integration of these young people. Thank you, Jan, for this. Now let's come to the last question already for today. Speaking about the conference on the future of Europe. This conference have been already a few times part of our interviews here. But mostly it was from the perspective of a member of the European Parliament. Also, we had some discussions back in the days already with someone from the Commission. So basically more from this point of view. And now for you, like an NGO and also by yourself, a young person still, what do you think? How could the conference on the future of Europe contribute in supporting young people in the different member states across the European continent?
Yeah, I think as the name says, it's really the big process on the future of Europe, making Europe fit for the future. It can bring treaty change, or at least policy change, improvements. I'm personally a little bit cautious regarding the expectations to this conference, because I think there won't be a lot of surprises. I mean, we already know what people want and need. They want a more social Europe, a more sustainable Europe. Young people want more Europe. So it's, I guess, also a lot about creating a process that can unlock some of the resistances from member states. So it's really about creating a political momentum to bring forward the changes that we need. And therefore, I think the more people engage in the process, the more interest there is, there will be political pressure actually to act on what is discussed. So I also can only encourage everyone to take part in the process, whether it's through physical or online events, and also with StartNet and our Erasmus project Skills for Life. We participated in the online platform promoting, for example, a European Career Guidance Day, because we feel this is a missing link in Europe. We need more information, early continuous career guidance, and so I think it's worth checking that out and contributing to it. But I think most important step would then be the political follow-up on all the ideas and discussions that are happening, focusing, giving a voice to young people and translating their voice into concrete action. And I know it will be difficult because it's a lot about different competences of member states and at the European level, but I think we need some more European action on certain dossiers for sure.
Absolutely agree. Let's see how the outcome will be. The conferences started a few months ago and they are going on a long time, and I'll support your thought, as many as young people can. Please join these conferences also several times, because they're also often under different contexts, organized by different organizations. Join them. Jan, our time is over. Thank you very much for your time being here today with us. I think it was very interesting to speak also about more youth policies and the process that is happening now for young people. Thank you and all the best for you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.